But it's not surprising, if you spend time on the coast, they have a very low opinion of the red states, of the southern states out there. They think the whole South is just crazy racist. And I mean, yeah, sure. Sure, but we're not the only ones. Like, racism's an American problem. That's what bothers me about it. Like, I'll talk to people in L.A. sometimes. They know I'm from the South. They want to know. They're like, you're from there. Be honest. That type of institutional racism. Tell us about that. I'm like, why are you asking me about it when the LAPD is right there? Like, LA's got a totally clean slate racially. I'm sorry, I forgot. The NWA stood for nice, we're appreciated. You remember Ice Cube and all their album covers? Just, things are great out here. No, LA's got their own shit to worry about, racially speaking, and it's not all ancient history either. It still crops up sometimes. Like last year, there was this LA city councilwoman. She got caught on tape just putting on a racism clinic for the whole world to see. And, dude, it was wild. She was racist against like 8, 9 different types of people. Like, there was Alabama papaws taking notes during this shit. They were like, is that a new slur? Write that down. She made me realize something I never thought of before, which is like, yes, the South has more racists and more racism, generally speaking, but I'm now convinced that if racism was a sport in a one-on-one, an LA racist could absolutely hang with an Alabama racist because of the versatility of their game. You know what I mean? They got more tools in their bag. Like Alabama racists, they're real solid in the fundamentals. Like black people, Mexicans, the gays. When it comes to that, they'll sit in the pocket, they'll find a rhythm, they can go all day long, right? They're lethal. Most of them never even met a Jewish person, but they've heard enough to be dangerous, right? They got a puncher's chance if that comes up. But beyond that, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? This lady was racist against Armenians. Papaws ain't got the skill set for that. Papaws can't spell Armenian, man. I'm just saying, if it was a heavyweight championship racism bout, the Papaw would be in the corner sitting on a stool, shaking his head, just like, she's throwing shit at me I've never seen before, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. It's a wild time in this country. Things are very divided. Things are weird right now. It makes it hard to be optimistic about things. People ask me that question all the time. They're like, how do you have any kind of optimism considering the world we live in? And for a long time, I didn't have any real answer for them. For a long time, I was just like, get drunker. I don't know. It's bad. Bad. But now recently, thanks to my wife, I have discovered an answer to that question. I'm not saying y'all are going to like this answer, but I do have an answer to that question. I now feel if you want to feel generally positive about the current state of the United States of America on a global cultural scale, what you need to do is you need to watch 90 Day Fiancé on TLC, because you watch that shit and you realize America must be doing something right, dude. Because people all around this world are lining up, doing whatever it takes, throwing it all the way just for the chance to make it somewhere in the Midwest. They don't give a fuck where they end up. They'll do anything, up to and including marrying the biggest jabroni in the state of Ohio, gladly. They'll interview this guy on there. He's like, yeah, my name's Jason. I'm a 35-year-old dodgeball coach. And ever since my mom kicked me out, I've been looking for Miss Right, like the type of woman that knows how to load the dishwasher and keep her mouth shut during Buckeyes games, that type of thing, right? And you're listening like, I don't like your chances, Jason. You don't seem like much of a catch to me. Then they cut to some beautiful girl in Estonia or somewhere like that, just like, Jason is man of my dreams. I often fantasize about being with him and eating hamburger helper off of paper plate. In the Shangri-La known as Dayton, Ohio. Dying to get over here. Then they get over here and their eyes are filled with wonder, like Jason takes that same girl to like an Olive Garden in a Dayton strip mall or something. And she's just sitting there like, oh, this spaghetti for one person? It's like, fuck yeah, that's how we do, goddammit. Land of plenty, baby, USA. I don't know, makes me feel better. Makes me feel worse at the same time, but it also makes me feel better. argument. There's vegans out there trying to make that argument in an effort to illustrate to people how fucked up it is that we eat animals at all. They're trying to draw this parallel, right? And I know what they're trying to do, but I also know how America works. So I know they think Americans are going to see that argument and be like, damn, they're right. We shouldn't be eating them. But I know Americans are going to hear that argument and be like, damn, they're right. We should be fucking them. Tenderize my beef, baby. Why not? We gonna eat them anyway. Might as well fuck them first. What a missed opportunity this has been. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. You purple-headed weirdo. Speaking of purple-headed weirdos, I was in Portland, Oregon recently too, and Portland's interesting for a whole other reason. I feel like Portland is kind of a snapshot of the way the far right looks at the far left in general in this country. And it's an interesting combination of stereotypes that they hold for these people. Like, everybody in my hometown thinks Portland is just a bunch of emaciated baristas with a handlebar mustache, you know. And I tell them that's ridiculous. Portland's a vast metropolis made up of an eclectic array of all different types of mustaches. Like, it's not just handlebar, but they both think it's like hipster Portlandia shit, but also that it's Fallujah for socialists, you know? Like, that's where the most hardcore Antifa super commandos are garrisoned at, right? And that's a weird combination of stereotypes to hold for the same people. It's like they think everybody in Portland is getting dressed up as a Victorian-era haberdasher, right, to go set City Hall on fire. And then they make fun of them for that. Like, that's a point of ridicule. And I'm like, dude, I don't know about you, but I feel like if I was in the middle of a full-scale riot and all of a sudden a chimney sweep-looking sumbitch emerged from the smoke bomb haze on top of one of them big front-wheel bicycles, like, I wouldn't fuck with that guy. That's how you get choked out with a pocket watch chain. Whimsical anarchy? You don't want no part of that. But they both condescend to the far left for being limp-wristed soy boys, but they're terrified of them at the same time. That's a weird dynamic. You know, it's like their general outlook on them is like, check out this little pussy. Oh shit, is he coming over here? No, hey, look, I love Sprouts, I love them, please don't make me gay. It's a weird thing to believe, you know, but people believe all kinds of weird shit right now. Like, on a related note, I feel like white supremacy's been having a moment in this country the past few years. White supremacy's wild to me for a few reasons. First of all, I feel like every white supremacist I've ever seen is pretty much the least supreme looking motherfucker. Like, I've never seen an avowed white supremacist and thought to myself, behold, the pinnacle of man. Like, it's not a bunch of Hemsworths walking around with swastika tattoos, you know? It's not. Your average white supremacist walks in looking like Busted Magazine's fuck up of the year, 2005. Walks in with a tattoo on his neck of a skull that's got more teeth than he does. Walks in looking like he's about to invent a whole new type of hepatitis they ain't even thought up yet. Looking like that, talking about supremacy, I think that's wild. I also think it's wild to keep believing in supremacy considering all the L's they've taken over the course of this country's history, you know? Like, I know it's easy to look around right now and feel like they're doing pretty okay, but really they've mostly lost every major battle they fought up until this point, and they keep talking about supremacy. Like, I feel like the mood of their meetings had to get weirder and sadder over the years, you know? Like, they came into the meeting in 1865, like, okay, so they freed all the slaves. Big whoop. Look, they still can't marry our women. They still can't go to our schools. Hey, how's that ever going to change, guys? It ain't like women can vote, okay? It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. 1965, they come into the meeting like, okay, so they can drink from our water fountains now, so we can't legally harass them just for coming into the same diner anymore. But look, there's got to be something we can do to legally harass these people still. Come on. Jimmy, Johnny, Lee, Roy, Leroy, Ricky, Randy, Billy, Bobby, Mike, Steve, Stuart, Stanley, Danny, David. You guys are cops. Put your heads together. We can figure this out. All right, it's not like one of them's the president. 2008, they come in kicking shit over like, okay, all right, this is a tough pill to swallow, I'm not gonna lie. But look, we gotta focus on the positives, guys. Like, hey, it's not like they're gonna start taking the Confederate flag down, all right? They're not gonna start pulling down the statues or renaming the streets or nothing like that. And hey, gay people still can't get married. That's something, right? Some guy in the back's like, aren't some gay guys white men? Shouldn't they be supreme too? It's like, no, Bobby, they don't count. You know that. Listen, we got to focus on the positives, guys. Like, hey, there's still no blacks in country music. Same guy in the back's like, what about Darius? Shut the fuck up, Bobby. Prefer cats, right? That's all it is. I just like cats. I like little kitty cats. Right? And dog people get weird about that. They do. Like, you ever had a hardcore dog lover ask you, oh, do you love dogs? And you're like, oh, I'm kind of more of a cat person. You might as well be wearing a Michael Vick jersey, bro. They fucking... all the trust and joy drains out of their face. They're shielding their kids from you. Get away from him, right? They want nothing to do with you. They think that makes you a bad person automatically. If you, like, y'all don't think there's any bad people that also love dogs? Statistically, they have to exist. Somewhere in the world, there's got to be a ruthless cartel drug lord who's utterly devoted to his 3 Doberman pinschers, right? And he feels the same way about them as you do little Buffy the Bichon Frise. He feels the same way. When those dogs tear a rival drug dealer limb from limb, spreading gore and viscera all over the room, when they do that, this guy's like, who's a good boy? The dog's sitting there with a severed hand in his mouth like, is it me? I hope it's me. Has to be a thing. Some of y'all don't buy that. Some of y'all think that's hypothetical. That's not hypothetical. That's historical. It is. You know who loved dogs? Hitler. So hey, if you don't believe me, ask Kanye. He'll tell you. He knows. Like it's true. It's true. Adored his German Shepherd. Still somehow not the best guy. I'm just saying, don't get me wrong, you should love your dog. Of course you should. I just feel like some dog people, they put dogs above anything and anybody else, including other people. It gets extreme sometimes. Like the other night, I was taking my trash out at my house. I'm walking down the driveway with my trash bins, and my Jeep is blocking the other end of the sidewalk. I get to the end of it. I almost bump into my neighbor who's walking his Great Dane. We didn't know each other were there. When this happens, the dog loses its shit like, and he's like struggling to hold it back. He's like, whoa, you startled him. You startled him. I was like, oh, did I? Did I startle the baby? No, you're right. That's my fault. It's my fault. Should have got the express written permission of you and Scooby Doan over here before I walk down my own goddamn driveway. That's on me. No, you're right. You're right. Dude, dog people are hardcore. And I don't know. Sometimes I'll see a dog and he's wearing one of those little outfits where it looks like his head is on top of a tiny human body. So he's got little arms and legs flopping and stuff. And his tongue's out like... And I just see that and I'm like, have some fucking self-respect, man. What are you doing? You used to be a wolf, bro. Don't let them do that shit to you. Right, but dogs do whatever the fuck a human says, gladly, right? But a cat, though, you go up to a cat and you're like, hey, so I was thinking if you wanted to roll over or play dead or do some kind of trick like that, you know, I'd give you one of these little fishy treats. And the cat's just like, oh, yeah? You will, huh? Okay. Yeah. How about I show you my asshole, Gary? How's that for a trick? Would you like that? Who the fuck do you think you are? No, you know what? I got a better idea. How about this? How about you put some more food in my bowl and maybe I won't fuck your couch up tonight? How's that sound? telling me to roll over this motherfucker. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because of where I'm from. Like I said, rural Tennessee, the 90s. Back then, dogs didn't have the same cachet they have today. I had dogs growing up. I had a bunch of dogs. Where that used to work was you'd have a dog, something horrific would befall that dog. Now it's time to get a new dog, which back then, getting a new dog consisted of getting in the truck and riding around until you saw a box of dogs in a dollar store parking lot or something. Now you got a new dog. It was a different world. It was a very different world. That sounds like a very dumb world, but sometimes I think that our current world today might be even dumber, you know, because we're living in a very dumb time and place. This country comes out with new dumb shit every other day. You can't even keep up with it all, right? Some people think that means we're getting dumber as a species, like we're devolving. And I don't know if I believe that, not because I think we're smart today. I just don't know if I think we're dumber than people used to be. Because do y'all know how dumb people used to be? A lot. They were a whole lot dumb, y'all. They were like, I know we had plenty of dumb shit when COVID came out. I know we did. But, dude, if COVID had come out 250 years ago, people would have been running around like, he's got witches in his lungs. Quick, cast some ashes onto the nearest flame so that the evil spirits might not gain purchase. I don't think we're dumber than them. Which means we're not getting dumber overall, dude. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I wish we were. Sometimes I think it'd be great to be dumb. I do. You know why? Because dumb people are confident, man. They are. They are. Dumb people got it all figured out. You're like, what do dumb people have figured out? Everything. Everything. You don't believe me? Ask the dumbest motherfucker you know. All right? Picture him in your head right now, the dumbest motherfucker you know. I guarantee you that sumbitch got it all figured out, dude. They all do. All of them. They don't have existential crises. They don't lie awake at night staring at the ceiling like, am I blaming the Jews enough? You know, like they don't do that. No doubt about it. They don't have doubt. Dumb people don't have doubt. Smart people are racked with doubt every day. Smart people are like, I think I'm going about this the right way, but what if I'm wrong, though? What if there's information I don't yet have? What if there's factors I've not yet considered? What if I'm wrong about this? Dumb people are just like, life's a butthole, baby. Fuck it. And I'm jealous of that, man. I am. I think most smart people are jealous of that if they're honest with themselves. Why do you think this shit's so popular with smart people? Drug and alcohol abuse is more prevalent statistically among the more intelligent members of society. Why do you think that is? Because this shit's just liquid stupidity and we're all chasing that dipshit dragon, baby.
이 있어서 요리와 청소를 시켜주었어요. 그녀에게는 자주 마당에 놀러오는 작은 손자가 있고 남편은 꽃을 엮어 화환을 만들어 머리에 씌웁니다. 꽃을 따서 머리에 얹어주는 사람도 있었습니다. 나는 평생 나 자신만을 사랑했습니다. 나는 고대의 꿈과도 같다. 너무 길고 너무 길고 너무 길어서 그것이 현실인지 내 기억 속의 환상인지 알 수 없다. 나는 여기서 아주 잘 살고 있고 먹고 자고 흰 음식을 먹고 날씬해지고 심지어 몇 파운드도 쪘다. 몸에 힘이 점차 고갈되는 것처럼 몸이 점점 더 피곤하고 피곤함을 느끼는 것뿐입니다. 익히지 않은 음식은 점점 더 부드러워집니다. 예를 들어 노인과 어린이는 알뜰하게 먹는 것이 좋습니다. 나는 불평할 수 없다. 왜냐하면 그녀는 자신이 어렸을 때 자신의 가족, 부모, 형제, 자매, 남편에 대한 이야기를 자주 들려주기 때문이다. 그녀가 결혼한 것, 남편의 가족과 함께 살았던 수년에 대해 이모의 삶은 내가 한 번도 가져본 적이 없는 사랑과 단순한 것들로 가득 차 있습니다. 그것은 내가 항상 원했던 것이기도 하다. 어느 날 내가 마당에 앉아 햇볕을 쬐고 있을 때 이웃 사람이 달려와서 트로옹 이모의 어린 조카가 산 아래로 떨어졌다고 말했습니다. 그 소녀는 다리가 부러졌습니다. 나는 병원비를 모두 지불하는데 도움을 주었습니다. 추옹 씨는 저에게 정말 감사하고 가족 모두가 저를 더욱 잘 대해줍니다. 그 소년을 만나러 병원에 갔을 때 의사가 그 소년이 희귀한 혈액형인 메이 혈액형을 가지고 있다는 말을 들었는데 그 혈액형은 아직 혈액은행에 보관되어 있었습니다. DNC는 국내 최고의 의사를 초청해 차량을 치료해 드렸습니다. 그런 다음 그는 그녀에게 많은 돈을 주었습니다. 나는 가지 않을 것이다. 나는 당신을 그렇게 대할 수 없습니다. 자기야, 나를 향한 당신의 사랑은 오누엔보다 열등하지 않습니다. 지난 며칠 동안 다인 씨는 이러한 말을 충분히 들었습니다. 그러나 그는 원유엔을 찾고 싶었지만